In the small village of Eru, the sun had barely risen when the twins, Tunde and Kola, ran to the river to fetch water. Everyone in the village knew them. They were inseparable, and people often said the twins shared a special bond, one that no one could explain. Tunde, the elder by only a few minutes, laughed as he splashed water at Kola. "You will never win," he shouted. Kola shook his head and grinned. "Today I will, and you will see." But today was different. Something unusual hung in the air. The birds were silent, and the river, usually flowing cheerfully, seemed still. A strange mist covered the water, and a cold shiver ran down the twins' spines. Suddenly, a soft voice whispered from the mist, "Tunde, Kola." Both boys froze. No one else was near, yet the voice seemed close, echoing in the fog. "Who's there?" Kola asked, his voice trembling. I don't know," Tunde said, gripping his brother's arm. From the fog, a shadow appeared. It looked human but moved oddly, gliding rather than walking. Its eyes glowed faintly, like burning coals. "Do not be afraid," the shadow said. "I am the spirit of the river. I have watched your village for many years." The twins exchanged fearful glances. Tunde's heart pounded. "Why are you calling us?" The spirit replied, "Because one day soon you will face a choice that will change your lives forever." Its voice was soft but carried power. "But for now, follow me." Before the boys could answer, the spirit vanished into the mist. The river returned to normal, but the feeling of fear lingered. That evening, the twins told their parents what happened. Their father frowned. "The river spirit rarely appears. If it calls for you, it is no small matter. You must be careful." Tunde and Kola couldn't sleep. That night, they dreamed of a glowing figure and a path leading deep into the forest. In the dream, the spirit whispered again, "The choice will come at the old baobab tree. Be ready." The next morning, curiosity overcame fear. The twins decided to go to the forest. "We must see if it is real," Tunde said. Kola nodded, though his hand shook. As they walked through the dense trees, the forest seemed alive. Leaves rustled without wind, shadows moved in ways that made them stop in their tracks. And then, ahead, they saw it, the old baobab tree, enormous and ancient, with roots twisting like snakes. From behind the tree, the spirit appeared again. "You have come," it said. "Soon you will learn why I have called you. But remember, the path you choose will not only affect you, but the entire village." Tunde swallowed hard. "What do you want from us?" The spirit's eyes glowed brighter. "Patience. All will be revealed in time. But one thing is certain. You are no ordinary boys. Your bond, your courage will be tested like never before." The twins felt both fear and excitement. They didn't know what lay ahead, but deep down, they knew life in Eru would never be the same again. And so, under the shadow of the ancient baobab tree, the story of the twin brothers and the spirit began. A story of courage, choices, and secrets that had slept for centuries. The next morning, Tunde and Kola returned to the old baobab tree. The forest seemed darker than the day before, and the air was thick with mist. Their hearts pounded, but neither wanted to back down. They had promised each other they would face whatever came. Suddenly, the river spirit appeared again, hovering above the ground. Its eyes glowed like embers in the shadow of the giant tree. "The time has come," it said. "Your test begins now. One of you must enter the cave of whispers and retrieve the golden leaf. Only the one who shows true courage will succeed." Tunde and Kola looked at each other. Neither wanted to leave the other behind. "Can we go together?" Kola asked. The spirit shook its head. "No, this is a test of the heart, of bravery, and of choices. You must face it alone." Fear gripped Tunde's chest, but he stepped forward. "I will go first," he said. Kola tried to stop him, but Tunde shook his head. We will meet again, trust me. The cave of whispers was hidden behind a waterfall deep in the forest. As Tunde entered, the cave swallowed him in darkness. Strange sounds echoed off the walls, whispers, laughter, and cries. Shadows moved as if alive. His legs trembled, but he remembered the spirit's words: courage, heart, and choices. Suddenly, a shadowy figure blocked his path. Its face was hidden, but its voice was terrifying. Turn back, boy. You are not ready. Tunde's hands shook, but he held his ground. I will not turn back, he said firmly. I am not afraid. The shadow tried to scare him further, showing visions of failure, his village in flames, Kola lost, his family weeping. But Tunde focused on the thought of Kola waiting outside. He took a deep breath, ran forward, and grabbed the golden leaf glowing at the center of the cave. The shadow screamed, but could not stop him. Meanwhile, Kola waited outside the cave, pacing nervously. He prayed silently for his brother's safety. When Tunde finally emerged, holding the golden leaf, Kola ran to him, relief flooding his face. You did it, he cried. But the spirit had one final test. Now, one of you must give up the golden leaf for the sake of the village. Only then will you both succeed. The twins looked at each other in shock. Tunde held the leaf tightly. No, he said, we can't lose this. It's the test of courage. The spirit's voice was calm. Courage is not just about facing fear. True courage is knowing when to sacrifice for others. Kola stepped forward, his eyes shining with determination. I will give it. The village comes first. We both came here to protect them, and I will do what must be done. Tunde tried to stop him, but Kola placed the golden leaf on the roots of the baobab tree. A bright light exploded from the leaf, spreading through the forest, reaching the river and washing over the village. The spirit appeared one last time, smiling. You have both passed the test. Tunde for courage, Kola for sacrifice. Your bond has saved your village. Suddenly, the spirit vanished, leaving behind only the glowing golden leaf. From that day, Tunde and Kola were no longer just ordinary twins. They were heroes of Eru village. People spoke of their bravery and the day the spirit tested the heart of two brothers. The twins returned home, hand in hand, knowing that their bond was unbreakable. They had faced fear, darkness, and choice, and together they had triumphed. And so, the story of the twin brothers and the spirits became a tale whispered for generations in Eru village, reminding everyone that courage and sacrifice are the true marks of heroes.